Hello friends, I'm going to tell you how to use the CakeApp. After you have completed the registration and made the payment, you get into your personal account. Here, your recipes will be stored and you can edit them from time to time. Don't worry, other people won't see your recipes. Nobody else will have access to the materials. So, press Add a New Recipe button and type the name of your cake. Let's say chocolate cake. Also, enter the baking pan size specified in our recipe, for example 16 centimeters. Then start entering the recipe itself. Where it says Add Block, we type the name of the component of our cake. For example, if your cake consists of sponge and cream, then write sponge first and add all the necessary ingredients. Yes, so we write chocolate, sponge. I'm going to make up all the numbers, so please don't try to cook by this recipe. I just want to give you an example. So flour, 240 grams. Baking soda, 10 grams. Salt, 2 grams. Baking powder, 10 grams. Unsalted butter, 113 grams. Cocoa powder, 100 grams. Sugar, 300 grams. Vegetable oil, 120 grams. Eggs, 3 pieces. Milk, 120 grams. Hot coffee, 240 grams. And now attention, you don't have to do this next step, but I'd like to give you some advice. When you mix all the ingredients, I recommend weighing the raw dough and also writing it down. Later, I'll tell you what it is for. For now, let's say the weight of all the raw ingredients before baking is 1,300 grams. Next, we add one more block here and type the name of the next component. For example, chocolate buttercream frosting, and the ingredients. Unsalted butter, 339 grams. Salt, 1 gram. Cocoa powder, 50 grams. Vanilla extract, 2 grams. Powdered sugar, 720 grams. Heavy cream, 90 grams. And finally, I recommend weighing naked cake in its finished form without covering in frosting, and also write it down. For example, your cake, according to this recipe, weighs 3,000 grams. Now, we have to make the last step. Click on Add Size and choose all the diameters which you use. You can choose from 10 to 30 centimeters. As a rule, I personally use from 10 to 26 centimeters. That's why I choose these sizes. Click on Apply, and now click on View. Here we are. We can see the finished table. You can save it and print it out. From now on, all the calculations will be right in front of you. And you know how many ingredients you need to take in order to make a cake of a specific size. You can weigh the ingredients for several sponge cakes at once to save your time. That's why I advised you to write down the weight of the raw dough so that you could look at the table and know how many grams of raw dough to pour into each pan. For example, 14 centimeters, 995 grams. 18 centimeters, 1,645 grams. 20 centimeters, 2,031 grams. Also, you can calculate and enter the weight of the finished cream. And most importantly, you now know how much the cake weighs in a specific diameter. Now you won't cook by eye. Your proportions will always be the same, and you won't give extra weight to customers. In this way, you can calculate any recipes. If they have more components, it's not a problem. Our application will divide the table into several sheets. Also, if you forgot to mention something, you can go back to the recipe and edit it. And now the final moment, press the download button and it will be saved in a PDF file on your computer or phone. Also, don't forget to click on the Save Recipe button before exiting to the main menu. I suggest calculating all your recipes this way and compiling them into a folder so that it is always at hand. Also, next to these calculations, I recommend writing on a separate sheet all the cooking processes and keep it together so that you could look at the quantity and read how to cook at the same time. Thank you for your attention. If there are any technical questions, write to the email which you can find on our website. And we will be really grateful if you mention us and leave a feedback on Instagram.